Skeleton's in pretty bad shape. You actually spun his head around and knocked it off. Bonk, kind of bounces on the ground. Bonk.
He's searching for it with his hands.
Yeah, he is. And he finds it and he picks it up. You know what I mean? He picks it up.
Puts the thing on backwards.
Puts it on backwards, and then he kind of, turns around and looks at you, and then turns back, and then spins, hits himself in the back of the head, and it spins, and like a slot machine, finally slowly stops facing you.
Army of Darkness style.
Like that zombie in Hocus Pocus.
Oh, I've never seen it. Marcus, what say you? What do you want to do?
So I've
Charge in, sir,
my
right?
movement on that. Yeah, I'm going to charge up in between everyone here.
Whoa. How you know?
Sorry, bounced
That's
one
okay.
more.
I don't care. No problem, dude. There you go. You're up there.
There you go. That's where I'd like to be.
Don't forget your advantage.
Advantage on number 2.
And you see the skeleton pick his head up and kind of ratchet back down onto his shoulders.
I'd actually like to take a swing at the one that didn't stand up yet. I'll use my inspiration to while I'm attacking Skeleton 1.
I like it. Don't be afraid to use your inspiration. I'm going to give you guys more, so I like it. All right, so go ahead and attack away.
Down onto the ground next to hopefully shattering this in one blow.
That'd be nice if you did.
What?
You hit with a 13. At least you're not attacking those animated guardians anymore, huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
Very nice. You made one shot. This thing just shatters.
So before we can even get up, I shatter the skull. In a sweeping motion, I shoot all the other skeletal chest legs off towards that magical glowing 6.
All right. Very nice. And the magical glowing 6 kind of flares up, and you hear a and this corpse that's half in and out of the pool is now starting to come to life. But the other corpse that is in front of the altar, it is definitely reflected of the descriptions that you've got, and also of the portraits throughout the Sockle Keep Manor. That is definitely Eigen, and it looks like he is dead. He's kind of turned blue a little bit and whatnot too, from being dead. Anything else for you, Mr. Markish?
No.
All right, Shen, what say you? I see you wanted to move up a little bit.
Well, I was intending to, based on the plans to highlight the or the undead creatures, I was going to go and attack the one that was not affected, should they not be affected. But having seen that one has been obliterated, I will cast Fairy Fire on the Ghoul.
The Ghoul is affected already.
Yep, because the guy that was unaffected is dead.
Well, the Ghoul already has Fairy Fire, so you don't have to do it again.
So I click. Yeah, it's glowing neon green.
So I click
Sacred Flame.
Advantage, right?
Yeah, advantage and disadvantage doesn't work for anything saving throw based. So you would just take your 10 and just drop it, just pick it up out of the chat and drop it on that Ghoul, and then it'll register if it's successful or not.
Oh. 10 and drop it on the Ghoul?
Yep, drop it right on the Ghoul. No, I mean the 10 that's already in the chat. Just drop it on the Ghoul like that. Why did okay. DC 10 because you didn't actually roll it. It doesn't look like it. So yeah, it looks like it was successful. So the first one was a 20, so we'll go ahead and take that first one. All right.
Yep. So
no damage.
But directions?
No, you still got more movement. So if you want to take your movement, you can still take more movement if you'd want to. Kellis, your turn.
Yep.
And I'll approve your movement if you want to move more, Shen. I think you got 15 more feet. There you go.
Yep, I'll move right over there.
Okay.
Okie dokie. I'm going to move up behind Marrakesh, and I'm going to take a swipe at the Ghoul skeleton number 2.
Okay. Hide behind the meat shield.
Well, yeah, we stand there with my shield and
Nice.
stand there, and I'm going to booming blade the skeleton number 2.
All right, that's a hit with advantage. Nice. Skeleton boom. Yeah, exactly. Boom.
And I'll get my Darkholm's blessing from that as well.
All right. Explodes into 1,000 bits of bone.
And that was 50. I'm going to step up to the side, so it's kind of split between us.
Okay.
A little bit.
So the ghoul animates. All right. So as the ghoul animates, it does stand up. So half of its movement is used. Can't go where the pillar is. So it's going to stay here. Now, Kellish, give me a 1d10. 1 through 5 will be you. 6 to 10 will be Markish. All right. So Markish, you are going to be clawed. Go ahead.
I just said sorry to Malakesh.
That's good. All right. So it's going to claw you, Markish, and it hits with an 18. So you're going to take some slashing damage from the ghoul. You'll take a total of 7 slashing damage, and I'm going to give you a Constitution saving throw. Your Constitution saving throw is successful, but as this happens and the claws dig into your flesh, you can start to feel your muscles and your arms, your legs, everything tense up to where you almost cannot move. And then all of a sudden, with your inner fortitude, your Constitution kicks in, and you're able to shake the effect from the claw attack. Very nice. So, off to Omi. What say you, Omi?
All right, I've got a clear shot.
Everybody roll initiative. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
My bad. Roll initiative. So far, it's working out perfectly. Good. Varys, just need you to roll initiative, and we'll be good. All right, so Varys, you can go now.
Okay, I'm here. And I will take my usual attack.
All right, got any key left or anything?
I got 1 key left, but I'm saving it. I'm afraid that statue might come to life.
Saving it for the boss. I love it. Attack away.
Oops, I forgot to throw it in the...
That's okay. Just take it and drop it right on the ghoul. There you go. It's a hit. It hit the ghoul. So you can go ahead and roll damage. Not a problem. Alrighty. So you're
an arm. Oh wow,
Nice
shit.
Nice spin.
yeah, very nice.
Good one.
I bet I can never do that again.
No, go ahead and roll damage. Very nice.
Man,
The,
I'm gonna
the
have
ghoul's
to clip,
wounded.
I'm gonna have to clip that clip out of that dice spin. That was cool.
It's easy to do a die spin. Huh? It just takes a long time for it to stop spinning.
I've
All
never
right,
done
all
it
right.
before.
Really? Yeah, there's a way. I'll show you how to do it afterwards. Omi, what say you, Omi?
I'll move over to the right here and take a shot at the ghoul with my short bow.
I'll get you, my pretty, says the ghoul. And your little dog, too. All right, you hit the ghoul as the arrow lunges into the body part that you aim at. I don't shoot it in the neck, Dave. I shoot it in the chest. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to give a visual. Okay, Omi, you take it out.
I just put it through the side of its head.
Yeah, and it actually takes the head right off. And there's so much force with your short bow, it carries the head over into the pillar, and it sticks in the pillar, and it's like a Mortal Kombat death blow. The spine is literally hanging off of the skull as it's just kind of
Hold my bow in place for a second and blow on my fingers.
Alright, so you guys are out of combat.
Shane
My
gives
attention
Omi a
turns
golf clap.
immediately to the boy. I'm going to examine him or look at him.
Sure, it is definitely Eigen, and he has a wand. He is clutching a wand in his hand. He also has a small pouch hanging off of his belt, and it does have some coins. You look inside, and you can see gold, 35 to be exact.
Nice.
And yeah. Now, the idol itself is still glowing green. You have the pillars that are decorated, and the pillars are decorated with more of the same, iconage of, the god that you guys have already determined who it is. Anybody remember what the god's name is for a?
Dagon.
Okay, you can go ahead and add a inspiration to your sheet. That was quick. So, Dagon is 6 foot tall. All kinds of iconage of Dagon on the pillars. Now you find a wand, you find a pouch. Now this, you guys are looking around, and this statue appears to be pretty damn valuable. But, I don't know, do you want to really mess with something that, you know what I mean? This 6 foot tall chunk, and it is,
Yeah, that
you look
doesn't
at
end
it,
well.
it is solid jade. Am I not trying to entice you guys enough? But this thing, it looks like it weighs probably about a ton.
Yeah.
You guys can probably chip. You could probably chip something away if you're a
But
if
guys,
you're a mason or a stone cutter. You could even chip a
Let's
little bit
remember
more
the
away.
important bit. Nobody knows it's down here. We can go back up, bury the plate back over. We can come and get it at a later date when we've got more muscle. Because only us know how to get down. We're the only ones who know the command words.
You get 5 days of downtime. You're going to get days of downtime, so maybe
We
you
can
guys
come
wanna
down
back
here and
down.
excavate it.
Mm-hmm.
Shane would like to make
Anybody got a crowbar?
a religion check to see if that's a good idea.
Oh,
not?
hell no, I know it's not a good idea. That's not the point.
With the chaotic evil deities statue.
Recommend we
definitely
don't
on
do
the
that.
idea side.
It's not going to come to life and kill you. That's it. I mean, you don't know if it's going to curse you or anything like that. So,
We have all his followers chasing us down.
yeah.
I don't want to mess with that.
I don't examine the water pool.
Okay, well, why don't you hold that just for a second? Let's take a quick 5-minute bio break.
The plan will be simply to leave the statue here, but somehow work out to get it out so we can
Sure. Break it up and sell it.
fund the building of the temple. Marquesh will take his fair share as a reward for helping, but we'd like to enlist the help of those merchants that we found in the bar before coming over to
Oh,
make wood platforms and ensure the safety of the ability to get this thing out of here.
sure, absolutely.
We've also come to the ingredients that it will be worth much more as a whole piece than divided up into pieces.
Yeah, that thing probably is going to weigh about a ton or so. So it's going to be a massive undertaking.
We got people for that.
Yeah.
Anything unusual about the water?
The water is a little murky. There's a little bit of blood inside of the water, but it's just dirty, murky water.
No shiny stuff? Shiny through or anything?
No, nothing but that +6 Holy Avenger that is sticking out.
I dive in
Sweet,
and get it.
take that.
That the statue's holding in his hand.
Yeah, the lady of the well.
Yeah, no, I'm not falling for that.
Right, I'm going to start setting up a ritual for doing a detect magic to see whether or not there's any magic coming from this statue and also any magic coming from the wands that Ivan's currently clutching.
Sure.
As
What
he's
is
doing
everybody
that,
else doing?
We'd like to
during the
examine the
thing?
boy to see if maybe we can determine how he ended up this way or
Nice.
something.
Yeah, absolutely. So what happened is this.
Shin would
You-
like to move over here and watch this door.
Oh, yeah, sure. Shen can
Good move.
move, and I'm going to unlock the token so you can just move over there by yourself. So, as you are taking a look at young Eigensockel, you can see that there is a puncture wound that is on the back of his robe, and you're able to line it up with a very deep wound. Something piercing, maybe a large dagger, maybe a short sword, maybe something from the skeleton. You're not too sure who would have done it, but it was definitely a weapon. Maybe a large dagger or short sword, something like that. But it's
Possibly Grim
definitely not
stabbing him in the
a
back.
yeah. And there's also, that's basically where the blood has actually ran out of the wound as well and kind of saturated the cloak. So it wasn't hard to tell what killed him, but it was definitely directly in the center of his back.
I will make a note of that and have some harsh words for Grim, should we find him.
So you guys are able to determine that this idol is probably worth a couple thousand gold. No matter if Jade is worth the same if it's in a big piece or little pieces. But you're able to think that you could probably get 2,000 out of it. But of course, you're going to have to sell it to, someone with gem cutting. So you're not going to get the full 2,000. You're not going to. But you're all, if you break this thing apart, you're still going to get the same if you leave it whole. It just depends on what you guys want to do.
That'll go well. Quite a nice amount to help towards funding the temple.
Say that again?
That's quite a nice reasonable sum to help fund the temple.
Maybe
One simple.
Yeah. I like it. All right, so what else are you
Anything
guys
coming
doing?
from this door over here that Shin's watching?
You can give me a perception check. Now, what is everybody else doing? Kel, Markish, Emmy is, the detect magic ritual is being. Well, I know you're doing the detect magic ritual, Kel, but what is everybody else doing? I know you're listening at the door, Shin. Everybody else, real quick. All right, nothing. So 10 minutes goes by, and Kel, the ritual is done. The granite statue does not glow. I'm sorry, the jade statue does not glow. The wand, however, does glow. It has a very deep glow. You can tell that the aura of strands of magic is definitely it's not identifying it, but it's telling you that it is definitely magical. Quite magical, actually. And let's see, I think everything else has been covered. So, your perception check.
Was there anything on the boy except the wand?
The wand and the bag of coins with 35 gold, yep.
So
I would like to leave him here for now, but should we find our way out of here, should we finish what our business is here, the boy should be brought back.
yeah, I agree. I'll relay to the guys that the statue doesn't seem magical at all, but the wand that he's holding, it seems quite deeply magical.
Beyond that door, Shen, you can hear what appears to be voices arguing with one another. Can't tell what they're saying because of that huge stone door in front of you. It is muffling everything. But you can hear, muted. You can just hear people arguing behind the door. That's what you can definitely tell.
So I passed to the group. Shh. The ritual is making too much noise. There's something going on over here by this door.
My mind immediately goes to Sergeant Grim, and I am pretty pissed off. Or at least curious.
All right.
So I look to Omi and ask if there's a way to get through that door quietly.
I'll move up and check out the door then.
Okay. So, as you go up and you start to check the door, all of a sudden you hear stone grinding on stone, and the door starts to open slowly. Now, as the door opens slowly, a head pops around, a human, and he's startled by seeing all of you, and he asks, Are the undead taken care of? We've been trapped down here for days. We have no food. We have no water. Who's there? Who's there?
We're just the pizza delivery guys.
Oh, do you have my extra anchovies I've ordered then?
You scoop a little bit of that ghoul's skin onto it.
Land shark, singing telegram. Yes.
My name's Omi. What are you guys doing down here?
Oh, Omi. Oh, well, we were down here exploring, and all of a sudden, as we had one of the Master Soggle here at the keep, and we were checking out this altar out here with this statue, and the young Eigen Soggle, that is his name, he was infatuated with trying to find a treasure, and all of a sudden these skeletons came to life. A ghoul came out of nowhere, and a fight broke out, and the young Master Soggle unfortunately was killed by one of the skeletons. So my men and I both ran into this room. I am
I take it
Sergeant,
you are Sergeant Grim.
Ah, yes, yes.
Also, want to insight him on that.
I'm sure.
To see what he's saying is kind of truthful, whether it was the skeletons, the ghouls that killed him, or whether he's kind of covering stuff up.
So I'm curious, Omi, what did you do to open that door?
He didn't open it. No, yeah, okay, yeah.
It just opened by itself.
So you don't feel as though you opened that door?
No.
Shem would like to make a perception check to see if this guy is telling the truth or not as well.
Insight.
Sure. And Kalash, check your tells. Now, as this happened, he says, yes, the undead they animated, and unfortunately, they killed the young Master Soggle. Unfortunately, this is under my guard, and I'm so glad that the other, I'm glad that Sergeant, the other Sergeant has sent you to come and get us. I'm sure probably Sergeant Hearn.
I have this feeling, I have this voice in my head that seems to tell me that you're lying to Sergeant Grim. That in fact it was you that killed Master Soggle.
How dare you accuse me of killing Master Soggle? He was a great friend of mine. I did not kill him. And then all of a sudden, behind him, a couple of other guards come from around the corner, and they say, no, he did kill him. And, I'm going to go ahead and put, the guards down here. All right, and this is where they're at. Sergeant Grim is in front of you. And, basically what happens is these other two men come from around the corner, these other two guards, and tell you that he is lying. Sergeant Grim is lying through his teeth. He's the one that killed Soggle. Yeah, and the other one says, yeah, he's the one that killed Soggle. We didn't sign up for this. Now we're going to be executed because of Grim's greed. He's the one that wanted the treasure. He didn't, we found it. Soggle, he wanted to preserve this shrine. And all of a sudden, infatuated with his greed, Grim killed him. Killed him in cold blood.
I suggest, Sergeant Grim, you drop your weapons where you stand, and you hand yourself over to us so you can be taken for justice.
And the other guards, they draw their weapons too and point them right at Grim and said, "We're not going down for your murder." And says, "We've been trapped in here for 2 days. We've been trying to get Grim to surrender and not concoct some type of plan, and he was trying to bring us in on this plan, and he was trying to get us all, and he was threatening us and threatening our families if we were not going to come up with a story with him, and I will not do this. Grim, you are guilty of murder. I witnessed you kill young Sokol in cold blood."
I want to incite the guard as well, to see if that guard's lying, if he's actually in on it, or if it's actually kind of being honest and truthful.
As he's doing that, I'd like to do a perception and see if I can see maybe a similar sized dagger on Grim's possession.
Sure. Oh yeah, you see a very long dagger hanging from his belt in a small dagger sheath. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Kellish, the guards are definitely telling the truth.
So
You can tell.
I believe what your fellow guard here is saying is correct. He seems honest enough in his tone. I suggest you relinquish your weapons, Grim, and don't try anything funny.
So before he gets a chance to, with Kel accusing him flat out right, and the guards accusing him flat out right of murdering the boy, Markesh, I would like to sprint up to him and give him a smack across the face, grabbing him by the scruff and dragging him to the altar to see his handiwork.
So basically, you just want to grapple him and take him up to the corpse.
Correct. Yeah, between the corpse, not straight up against it where maybe Varys is, but to the side.
Sure. He doesn't resist. He says, "Go ahead and kill me. Kill me, I don't care. I have nothing left."
But do
Death
an intimidation check.
Death seems too much of an easy way out for you, Grim.
What do you I mean, how are you trying to intimidate him? What are you trying to accomplish here with this intimidation check?
Yeah, so I'm going to show his handiwork and then say, "This is how you treat a boy. I wonder if Christina, Gertrude, or Megan came under the same circumstances, how you should feel." And I take him and dunk his head into the water.
Ooh, nice. So you're basically kind of reverse waterboarding him, right? Yeah, you can hear little bubbles coming up. You get him over there by the fountain. The other guard is...
I can just see her screaming as I slit her throat.
Yeah, your wife,
Christian. At the wounds of your guards, I can just see their fates before my eyes.
Your wife, Christina, would be very horrified to find out you're just a common murderer.
Murder hobo.
Why? Tell us why.
So as you pull him up after, several times of dunking him down and holding him underwater, he goes on to tell you that he's incurred a lot of debt, and he has to pay for this debt. And he told you that he has basically acquired this debt in one of the ghettos here in town, and they've come calling for payment. And when he, found out that Sokol had found this altar down here and was worth some money, he thought the opportunity would, be presented to him to get a fair share of, whatever was worth anything down here, and he'd be able to pay his debts off.
How's murdering Master Sokol getting your fair share? Surely that's taking more than your fair share.
And then he kind of spits down at your feet, Kellish, and he says, I've once I knew that the young punk, he wasn't going to...
I'm going to take a slam fist right into his face.
He kind of looks at you, and he's got blood coming out of his mouth. One of his teeth is kind of hanging by a piece of flesh, and he says, "If you didn't have all of your friends here, I'd make you suffer."